Hi, Emily. Nice to see you, and thanks for joining us today for the quick 20 questions. How
I'm
are you feeling? Okay?
good.
Good?
Quiet. Strange not seeing you in person all the time.
I feel like I've seen you because I've been following your Instagram, so I've been seeing a little bit what's been going on. So at
I've been
least,
trying to keep up with everything. We have
yeah,
some downside now, so I think it's important to keep everyone in touch with what we're doing.
exactly. You're doing a great job of it.
Thank you.
All right, so let's get started. Which horse has had the most impact on your career?
That's an easy one. It would be Hilfiger van de Olmenhof, who is called in the stable Tommy.
Yeah.
He has been my special one since I started in the 5-star. Well, it's actually 3-star, 4-star, and 5-star. I had no clue what I was doing, and he kind of helped me out. So I would say that's definitely the one for me.
Excellent. Wow, that's great. Okay, so what's your favorite LGCT show?
Ooh, that's tough. I would say it's a toss-up between Stockholm, because I did very well there, and Rome, just because it's a beautiful city, beautiful showground.
Yeah.
It does it all for me.
I agree. Two fantastic venues. Hard to pick.
No.
Okay, so how has the LGCT and GCL circuit helped you in the development of your career?
Well, I mean, in my opinion, I wouldn't be where I am today without it, because I would really struggle to get into top shows just off my ranking. And so it always allowed me to be able to rely on the fact that I could go to a bigger show and get the experience I needed.
Yeah, no, and I've watched you, and I've followed you from quite a while ago, since you've been riding on the tour, and I mean, I've seen a big improvement in a very short time, and I think jumping that level against the top riders, it also lifts your level as well, and getting all that experience, and it's tough as a young rider to compete against the best riders in the world, but I definitely think it's lifted your level, and I think you've been very consistent, and competing also in the teams with great riders has for sure helped you with you have a fantastic team, the London Knights, so I think you've done a great job, and I have a lot of respect for that, and following the young riders, it's difficult to get up on the shows like you said, but I think to be able to ride with all these riders and to lift your level, I think you've done a great job.
That means a lot.
No, it's true. I mean, results speak. That's how it is. So well done.
It forces you when you're like, if I were competing against maybe some more kids my age, instead of competing against older, more competitive, it makes you're kind of thrown in the deep end, aren't you? And you're like,
Absolutely.
oh my gosh, I need to step up my game right now.
Yeah, and you've got nothing to lose, but you've got a lot to learn, and I think the process goes much faster. So
Definitely, I agree.
Okay, which rider style do you admire the most?
I think for a woman, I would say you or Penelope.
Wow.
I'm not just saying that because you're asking me questions either. And I think for a male rider, I'd pick Marcus Enning. I really like to watch quiet riders where you can tell they're doing a lot, but you can't really see it. They're very fine-tuned in what they're doing. So
Yeah, no, good. Well, thank you very much. And I agree, Penelope's a beautiful rider, and of course Marcus as well. So good other picks there. Any superstitions or specific habits or routines before a big class?
yeah, I would say I'm not a very religious person, but I'd like to say like a little prayer just to keep myself and my horse safe and around, because anything can happen, and that's important for me. So I always say like, okay, come on, let's keep each other safe here, but just before I go in. I think that would be my superstition little thing.
Yeah, stay positive. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, great. Okay, if you could compete with any horse, past or present, which one would it be?
That's a tough one. I might pick Hickstead or Comilfo. I love Comilfo. He's like a little rubber ball that I just would feel like I could do anything on him.
Yeah, absolutely. That's funny because Danny also said Hickstead.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you could tell from all my horses, but they all seem to be a little nuts and pulling to the fence. So I think that's why I picked those two. They have like a bit more of a canter going, don't they?
Yeah, definitely. A lot of blood and a lot of power, a lot of ping, and that's what we all need.
Seriously.
Okay, if there was one round you could re-jump, which one would it be?
I think it's easy to pick a good round, but I'd probably pick Barcelona. It was a bit of an unfortunate round. I think for young riders, we tend to stick, like when a trainer gives us a plan, we think, okay, we have to do this plan.
Yeah.
When sometimes it just does not go to plan at all and you need to wing it a little bit. And instead of taking it over, I just was like, okay, I need to stick to this plan. And it didn't really end up working out. So I think I would go in there and just think, okay, we've got this, whatever it takes, let's just do it. And I think it would have been a lot different outcome than it was.
Yeah, but I mean, having a plan is always important for all of us. But like you say, you go in there and sometimes things change. You never know what happens. A horse can stumble or spook or so you've always got to have plan B up your sleeve. And that often sometimes doesn't work and sometimes it does. So we've all been there. But no, it's always good to go back and look at the rounds where I guess you could have. Because I always say, like, when you win, everything seems much easier,
Yes, that is so true.
Yeah. And when you don't win, everything seems so difficult. So
yes, it's always two extremes, I find. There's never really a middle ground.
No, absolutely, yeah. Danny also said she'd go back and fix one of her rounds up. So yeah. I've got plenty of those I can think of as well. So then coming off from that, what's your best moment in your sporting career?
I would have to say winning the 5-Star Nations Cup at Dublin. It was my first ever 5-Star Nations Cup, and we needed to get a certain placing in order to qualify for Barcelona. So there was a lot of pressure, and Ben was in my corner fighting for me to be picked for that team as well. So going double clear, I was like, oh my gosh, that was awesome, but I'm also really glad that it's over and we can hold the trophy now.
Yeah, no, fantastic.
Really
great moment in your career, yeah.
And an awesome atmosphere.
Yeah, fantastic, yeah. I saw a really nice photo of you and Ben on your Instagram. I saw that picture, one of your favorites, yeah. Okay, so when you finish your show jump career, what do you think you'd like to do?
I think I would pursue something in business, maybe with my dad. Hospitality and all the DJs and music really interest me. So I think that I'd probably follow that path. I'll always have something to do with horses, but maybe it would just be a little bit more in the background and I would focus on the business side of things.
Sure.
That's what I would do.
Very good. And what's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Oh, that's a hard one. I think it would be something simple like always make sure you're doing something you love because that's when the most success comes. And I think throughout my life, I've really learned that lesson over and over again. So I'd say that's the one for me.
Yeah, the passion of the sport.
Yeah.
Okay, so then what advice would you give to a young rider? Seeing as you've had lots of experience in all these amazing rings all over the world, you're definitely one that can give advice to a young rider.
I would say you come into the sport with your dreams and your goals, and I think along the path to get to those, a lot of people try to maybe change your mind or say things different, and I would say to stick to what you really want in your dream and make sure that you do whatever it takes to get there and not let other people sway you from that.
Yeah, well, I think that's definitely the way to go. Always stay positive and focused.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, if you had not become a professional show jumper, what would you be doing today?
I think I would probably be singing. I think that's what I would be doing. Singing, yeah.
Really?
Or maybe I really do love what my dad does, so maybe working alongside him, or I don't know, it's a toss-up between those two.
Okay, yeah, because I read somewhere that you had done a bit of singing in the past.
Yeah, I did. That was a long time ago.
Interesting. Okay, if you could have 3 people around for dinner, past or present, who would they be?
I like this question. I would pick Michael Jordan, Muhammad Ali, and Abraham Lincoln.
Wow, good choice.
2 top athletes. I love their mindsets, and Abraham Lincoln is my favorite president. So those would be my 3.
Very good. I like that. I'll join you on the sideline. Okay, what's the one thing people don't know about you?
I would say the singing that when I was really young, I probably 13 maybe, I was offered a recording contract with a major label, and I decided with my family that it was probably best not to become famous at such an age if that were going to be the case. So I picked horses, and here I am. And I kind of just thought I can always go back to singing.
That's incredible. And do you practice singing sometimes too, or?
I'm a very all or nothing sort of person, so I kind of just put it to the back of my head, and I'll have the odd singing session every now and then, but I don't really practice, although I probably should.
Yeah, definitely. You should keep it up.
I should get back into it.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to have something in in the background there, but that's a pretty hard talent to have, so you should keep it there. All right, so Victoria sponge cake or American cheesecake?
Cheesecake all the way. I have to say. I do like both. I'm not a super big cake person, but I do like a cheesecake.
I agree. I'm the same. I love cheesecake. All right, describe yourself in 3 words.
I would say I'm very loyal, I'm super determined, and I'm very competitive. Those are 3.
I agree with that. You're very competitive. That's why you have success.
It's not very fun.
All right. What are the top things on your bucket list?
I would say definitely go to the Olympics. Hopefully that happens.
Yeah.
Win a GCT, 5-star Grand Prix. And probably to be able to be financially independent and successful and be able to do whatever I'd like to do and, not have any restrictions. Those would be my 3 things.
Well, that's good. Very good. Excellent. Okay. What are the causes close to your heart?
I thought about this one. I used to do a little charity when I was younger called Pony Pals, and we found a school, and it was a grade of very unfortunate kids. They didn't have a lot, and we brought them to meet all of our horses, and seeing their faces light up, like, you don't realize that these kids will never see a horse, and it was like the highlight of their lives, and they still talk about it.
Yeah.
So I really like working with young kids. I think that's my favorite thing, or animals.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed that. That was really special to see how it impacted their lives.
Fantastic. I love working with kids too and animals, so yeah. I'm with you there. Okay, so where do you see yourself in 10 years' time?
Oh, that's a tough one. I think that I would be still having some involvement with the horses. I love them, so I always want them to be a part of my life. But I think I'd probably be focusing more on maybe singing or my business with my dad. As I've mentioned, I'd really like to do that. And maybe somehow I'd figure out how to incorporate all of them together. I think that I'd like to do that in 10 years' time.
Fantastic. Maybe you can be singing on some of the horse shows as well.
Yeah, it'd be cool. My mom always says I should try and sing, like the national anthem or something. But
absolutely. You can sing both now, the American.
Yeah, I can do both.
Exactly.
It's fun.
Well, listen, thank you so much for your time. Thanks for joining us. And I look forward to seeing the next part with Frederick.
Thank you.
Thanks.